All right, so now that we're brought up to speed with what's happening in the here and now, let's throw it back a little bit for this Thursday. I love this quote. I write because I have authority from life to do so. That was said by none other than writer Bessie Head. She was a novelist who wrote from her experiences using her considerable talent and observing those around her. And she passed away, sadly, 32 years ago today. So we thought we'd give you some interesting facts, some little tidbits that you might not necessarily know about this iconic writer.
Absolutely. We'll start off with this. Did you know that Bessie was born in a mental asylum?
Wow.
She was born of a legal union between her white mother, who was placed in a mental asylum during her pregnancy, and her black father.
That's crazy. And she grew up in foster care until she was 13 and then later entered missionary school before going into teaching for a few years herself. What a colourful existence, man.
Yeah, man. And Bessie began a career as a journalist in 1959 and became the first woman to publish stories for Botswana's Golden City Post and The Drum in the early 1960s.
And then I think proving how far ahead of her time she was through her writing. She was obviously labelled at that time as a political rebel, forced to live in exile as a refugee in Botswana for 15 years. And it was during this period in the refugee camps that she completed her major novels, When Rain Clouds Gather, Maru, and A Question of Power.
Brilliant
Awesome,
novelist
man.
with a
Stuff.
very interesting history at that as well, man.
Life,
So
man.
we would like to know which one of Bessie Head's novels are your favorite. If you are a fan, we would love to know. Connect with us on our social media pages, Expresso Morning Show SABC3, and also on Twitter at Expresso Show. Just remember to use that hashtag Expresso Show and Throwback Thursday so we can follow that conversation.